Abby, and this is Gazzetti. Cheers. My name is Abby Plotches, and I'm South African, but I officially reside in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I'm a media personality, a whole bunch of other hats that I wear. I deal with entertainment mainly, media, as well as production and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I'm a mom. So I started exactly 20 years ago in the media and entertainment industry by getting my big break in 2003 with Big Brother, which was really, really awesome. And it's just been like a rolling stone since then, like just constantly working, pushing, trying to get new jobs. It's not a very easy industry. It's extremely difficult. You get a lot of no's. You get told a lot of things about yourself that you don't want to hear. But that's the one thing that I love about it. And it's like extremely challenging. I don't like anything that's easy and terrible path that I chose for my life. But I really don't like things that are just super simple. I like to be challenged, and I like to feel like I'm being courageous and achieving things that I want to achieve. So yeah, it hasn't been easy. It's been completely ebb and flow, up and down, constantly. But it's just a proof of your self-worth and who you are, I guess. It was a great experience. Like, I can't take anything away from Big Brother. I actually appreciate that was my entry into entertainment because it taught me so much. You go into that house completely blinded. You don't really know how media works today, yes. But because in '03, we were the first Big Brother Africa. So we kind of set the tone for, the rest of the shows to come off the bat. But we were the guinea pigs, so nobody really knew that the show was going to have the impact that it did on the continent and be as popular as it was. And neither did we. We didn't know that we are going to one day be nobodies and then the next day just be super famous, But it was a great experience because it opened so many doors. It created a platform that there was no comparison, and you got to learn a lot about yourself because at first time I actually got to spend 3 months in a house with 12 different people from 12 different African countries and just really understanding and getting to know that we're very similar. As much as people think we're very different in ways, but no, all corners of the continent were super similar. I think it's also because we have more or less the same morals and values. We operate off the same template when it comes to that. So we connected very, very well. I'm still friends with so many of the guys in the house. Yeah, and it's brought me to where I am today. Like I said, it just escalated, and I got to work in so many different avenues of film and entertainment. Like, I had an acting contract in Nigeria in Nollywood for like a really, really long time. I do not want anybody to Google the movies that I were in because it was like my first acting experience, but it was a great experience because it's super pressurized. You're shooting one movie in 7 days, so like 4 movies in a month, great money, for sure, great money. But it's extremely challenging. And it also shows you, the market or the film market and the film industry within Africa. Now, I'm talking about many, many years ago. Now, of course, it's improved and there's more, money being pushed into the industry. So that is great. I got to work with a few years ago. I did EVIP with E Entertainment. And that was super amazing. Once again, I got to travel the entire continent. It just broadens your perspectives and it just broadens your horizons, things that you want to achieve and how you want to, present yourself to the world, I guess. I was a kid. I literally used to talk to myself in the mirror. My mom used to tell me so, and do like whole role plays in the mirror and put my mom's makeup on. Like, I literally remember doing that as a kid, and having the best time. And it just escalated from there. I never really wanted to do anything else. I wanted to be one of the people inside the box, because I used to say there's people inside the box and I want to be in the box. But, only in South Africa at the time when I was little, there really wasn't much opportunity for girls of color. It was either white people were, the initial people who were on TV. And then after apartheid, then, it completely flipped to, black people. And then I don't know if you're aware, but in South Africa, we have a whole other race called colored people, which is the race that I belong to. So we just really didn't have much of a scope in that area, and eventually, with a lot of hard work and, a lot of pushing and it, we had our chance and, the doors started opening, and that's when I took my chance and started going for a lot of auditions, a lot of interviews. And, my parents did not want me to get involved in this industry, as every African parent. It's a tough thing for them to wrap their heads around, because they want the best for us. So, I agreed to my dad, okay, fine, I'm going to study business. But then after business school, I was literally going and doing like little speech and drama acting classes at the little theater down the road, So this was and I refused to look back because, wow, the lights, the stage, the cameras, just everything, just people being extra, which is drama and stage. I love that. It's something that just, it spoke to me. And I always say that, when something agrees with you and doesn't make you feel bad in any way, shape, or form, you're on the right path. So Nirvana was really cool because Nirvana was the first show that I got to do in East Africa and in Dar es Salaam. And I was like, I just gave birth to my first son, to my son. And I was out here and, and actually Seko, which I know that you've had on the show before, she was the one who actually invited me to come, just have a chat with her because she was running the department at the time. And we sat down. I never met her before in my life. And we sat down to have a conversation about Nirvana and we just clicked. We were just like, oh my gosh, you like this music? Yeah. Oh my gosh. And she had all these fashion magazines on her desk, but like Vogues and, the nice ones. And I was like, oh my gosh, we just really connected and our energy was on the same level. So, that's how I actually got to do the show. We just worked together. We put our brains together and created something that we had no idea was going to impact East Africa the way that it did. I remember at one point in time, the show was it was the only English-speaking show on the network. And we actually rated #1 in East Africa, for a very long time. And I was just like, wow, I didn't expect that to happen. But yeah, so I'm very, very, very grateful, extremely grateful for that. Yeah, when I came here, Tanzania was actually one of the countries who really welcomed me with open arms, extremely warm people. And, nobody judged me, because of my behavior or because of what happened or anything. So I felt very home. I really felt like this was home, and I got a great job offer to stay here, which was actually, I think in 04 or 05 to do Chewy Bay. And I was like, wow, why not? I got a job, I got great people, I got great weather, so it all kind of just worked out. It really did. Well, because I know how tough the industry is and you really need to have, I can't say that word. You really need to have the strength or the stamina to do it, and also not only that, you really need to be hungry, so if I'm going to invest my time and my energy and everything into you, you also need to reciprocate that and show me that you're willing to go after it, because it's not up to me at the end of the day, which I realized a lot of artists, initially think. They like, oh, it's Abby, she can get me in anywhere. But no, I'm not the one who's going to have to audition, and I'm not the one who's going to have to perform. And that's up to you. And if you do a crappy job, then it's going to look bad on me. And then we're both in trouble, So it's a tough game to play, but it's a phenomenal game to play because I always say I'm living my dreams by making other people's dreams come true. So there's nothing better than seeing somebody achieve something that they always wanted. And that you had a part to do, something to do with that, it's the greatest feeling ever. Yeah.